This is Sarah from Denver, and I'm super excited to share with you the texture and setting flat barrel curl. Now this is a really simple technique that you can utilize to help create those really beautiful vintage 40 glamour waves that everyone loves. But it's also a great foundational technique that you can use and apply towards other styling and setting that you would like to do. So let me show you what we will do today. You'll start with a parting that goes from recession to recession, and you want to make sure that this isn't too wide. You'd rather it be narrow than wide. This is because this is how the curls are going to get set, and if it's too wide, it's not going to fit on the iron as well or stay in the clip as well. So when we start, we're going to start in the front and work our way to the back, then we'll work on either side and finish in the back. The technique is the same all throughout. The key here is going to be to keep your curls on base. Now, in order to get your curl to be set on base, you really want to think about the elevation and over direction in which you wrap the hair around the iron. This will allow for everything to sit nice and neat on base. So when we talk about on base, that literally means having the curls sit right on top of the sectioning pattern. If it were to be off base, it would sit behind the sectioning pattern, and if it was half on, half off, it would sit more toward the back of your sectioning. So on base, we really want to push that hair forward and allow it to get rolled down right on top of the base. This is going to allow for the most amount of volume and a little less movement than the other options, but really simple. So let's get started. We're going to use Air Control, a really great flexible styling, a finishing styling product, and we'll spray that through the hair. It's great when we're working with the iron because it is a dry spray, so it's not going to get sticky and stuck to your iron because no one likes that. Make sure there's no tangles in the hair. What we put onto the iron is what we're going to get off the iron. So you really want to set yourself up to have a nice, smooth and fluid curl. So we'll start in the middle and we're going to wrap this around. What makes it a flat curl is ensuring that the hair stays flat as it's wound around the iron like a ribbon, and continue to roll the ends into the iron and the barrel down and onto the scalp. Be careful when you're working on a real person, as you don't want to burn them, but what's also really essential to this technique is allowing the heat to penetrate through the section of hair that you're working on. So very gently untwist, and you know you've done it right, and you know you have enough product in the hair when it just sits there for you. This will allow for a nice and even and neat curl, and you want to make sure when you put your clip in to set this, because we're putting texture into the hair and setting it, that your clip goes in and that all your clips line up on the same side. To review, here's our sectioning, again coming from recession to recession, and then back to the crown, and then we take horizontal subsections as we wrap them flat around the iron, making sure to use our Air Control as we set it to have that flexible, light hold, and making sure that all of our clips point in the same direction. It's really important, as you can see here, that the curls are hollow and that you can see through them. You do want to be mindful of where your iron handle is versus where the barrel is. So on one side of the head, you're working at the back of the section and then moving your way forward. And then as we work to the opposite side of the head, you will see that we work from the front and work our way back. So see, we're starting in the front, working our way back. That way the handle does not disrupt the curl that you have already set into place. The other thing is to keep in mind to heat evenly all of the curls. That way you get consistent curl formation and pattern. As we work through to the back, we do want to make sure that we brickwork the curl and then work all the way down to the ends of the hair. Let it cool in place and make sure that you give it a good spray, and then remove your pins and rake through with your fingers. Next, we'll use the nose of our Mason Pearson brush and then the belly of the brush. Using the end of a rat tail comb, redefine your waves using some clips. This helps to set some ridges in place. Give it a good spray before brushing out. Here's our final look.